you guys, welcome back to the channel. Important update for the Falconers Gathering 2024. The first video in this series was actually back nearly a year ago, last August, but then the most recent one got a good bit of feedback from you guys, so thanks a lot. This was the plan. If you go back to the August one, a Falconers Fair type thing here in Northamptonshire, because it's in central England, so accessible to many people. We've timed it when there's nothing else going on at the same weekend, but the end of the breeding season, so breeders and those falconers that breed birds can come out as well. There's no good timing. I've said before, some of you will be flying birds up in Scotland. Some of you, it's 2 weeks after a recent event. I think Voley 2 weeks before. There's no good time, but it's the best time we could come up with. But this is what we've come up with. Lots of positive feedback from you guys, whether you're traders, kit makers, or falconers like myself. And a lot of negatives. And I asked you, it's so windy here. There's a monster out there. I asked you guys for your feedback, good or bad. And that's what I've got. There's negative feedback, fine. I'll try and work around it. And if I can't work around it, I've told you why it's impossible. And then there's just fair out moaning from people that are hell-bent on not coming anyway. So I've had people that have given me a reason not to come, and I've mitigated that reason, and they've given me up to 5 reasons back to back when I've put their mind at rest for each one. That's fine. Really important, guys, really important. Get on the Facebook page if you can, because that's when you're going to see all the updates, sort of what's going on in the moment. But I'm going to put these videos out, to keep you updated in a holistic way. So it went to my last, or the original video from last August to the latest one, saying it's going to be more a falconers gathering, a gathering of falconers than a full-on falconry fair, because I'm working in the constraints of the estate where my falconry centre stands. I own Icarus Falconry along with Jackie. We don't own the land it stands on. As I've told many people, it stands on the land of a stately home that's lived in, not in trust. It's someone's home where they live. And that has a lot of mitigating things that I can't change just because you'd like it. It's not going to be the most perfect gathering of falconers, but I'm trying to make it as perfect as I can within the remit of what I'm able to do for you guys. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's what I can do. I'm happy to change things where I can. And if it doesn't work for you, and you can't come, then you can't come. And I'm really sad about that, because I want everyone to come. We're organising it. You're going to make it a thing. It's that simple. A lot of people on this team are really, statewide trying to make this work for you guys. But without you guys, it won't be anything, will it? So this is a trial year. We hope we get enough of you coming, and it sounds like a lot of you are raring to go. So let's look at some of the problems and reiterate some of the problems. But for goodness sakes, get on the Facebook page. So it went down to being a gathering with maybe 2 or 3 trade stands to quite an interest in from people selling their kit. Which is great if we can get people to come. So I'm making space at the moment for a dozen trade stands, not including a burger van and beer and that kind of thing, falconry related. And that's what it's about, guys. It's not a country show. We're not having all kinds of things. It's related to falconry. All kinds of stuff, falconry related. I'd say I've got half a dozen people that are committed trade-wise, and space for at least that again at the moment. We could go further, but we've got to hire gazebos. Those marquees, those gazebos, were coming out at, it was going to mean we would be charging about $250 for the whole weekend for someone to have a tray stand there for a 3 by 3 metre gazebo. With shopping around, we've got that down. But massive thanks. We've had a sponsor already who sponsored several £100s just to bring the price of those marquees down to our traders. And at the moment, if you bring your own marquee, we're charging you 50 quid for the whole weekend. That's not bad. If you use one of our hired marquees, £100 all in for the whole weekend. And a lot of that is thanks to just one genuine guy sponsoring us. You know who you are, and thank you so much. That's enabling more traders to see the benefit. More traders, there's more for the punters, you and me, to enjoy. So I'm going to show you in a second where the trade stands are planned to go? Do you know what? I'm going to show you now, and I'm going to explain why it is where it is. It's windy outside. My little brand new bit of kit, my mic. Oh, it turns out you have to charge it up. Who was I to know? Anyway, it's going to be windy. Come on outside. Okay, guys, we're out at the car park here at Icarus Falconry. There's a nice old van there. So you're going to unload here. If you're a trader, you're going to unload here. You're going to have lots of help. We're all going to be on site. We're going to come and help. We're all in it together, guys. And then you can probably move your vehicle into the field just behind the caravan here. Park your vehicle there once it's unloaded, so everyone can get in here. We're going to go through our double gates, but you can't get a vehicle through here, guys. So hold on. No, I'm not showing you the code. You'll all be sneaking in. And we're going to come through into the Falconry Centre itself. Falconry Centre here. Come on, let's run. These videos get long. It's going to be windy and waffly. Okay, so we're going to turn around. So started there, and no, it isn't as far as it looks. I'll put it on the screen how many paces. We're going to go through here. So we're in the Falconry Centre. Over here, under the marquee, we're going to have set up, microphone up, questions and answers for the YouTubers. Really hoping Bob Dalton will do something about Project Lugger, and maybe another couple of sort of mini seminars about things, talking in here, in the Falconry Centre. So that's where most people are going to be most of the time, I think. And then over here, I don't know how long, I've walked a couple of seconds. We're going to mow off all of this, and we're going to have this whole field as a horseshoe of trade stands. So a real good trade area, and I've got room here for another row should there be the interest. So we're all inside a big high walled garden, and we're having a night security. So if you've got to leave some stuff there and you don't want to carry it back to your car, it is going to be in a secure grounds with night watchmen. But also out here, just through that gate, basically behind the wall there, is the flying lawn, where if it's windy, we're going to see some fantastic flying for some of our birds. So the trade stands, you guys selling stuff, you're going to have people going over there to see the wildlife centre, whole hub of trade stands, and all the Falconry Centre seminars there, and the flying lawn out there with some food and beverages. You're going to be right in amongst it. I've got another place where you can drive your cars and have them behind your trade stands, but that's in the Arches field. It's over the back there. You're going to be away from the food, the drink, the flying lawns, and the punters in the Falconry Centre. And I think, to be honest, you're going to moan that, oh, we didn't sell much stuff because we were tucked away. I think this year, it's a trial year. I'm working within the constraints I've got. I think this year, guys, if you're selling your wares and you don't mind, I'll put on the screen how many paces. If you don't mind carrying your stuff a few paces, and I know I know from doing shows, it's inconvenient not having your vehicle right behind your thing. I know all of that. This is the best I can do. It is take it or leave it, but I mean that in the most beautiful way, not F you. This is what we can provide. If you want it for just £100 with a hired stand for the whole weekend, you can have a stand in here, right in amongst the public, the punters, me, and all the other guys like me that rely on you to make our kit for us. And you're going to be in amongst everything here. So wherever you go, I can't facilitate you camping with your stands overnight. I've already had some trade people drop out. They said, no, I've got to sleep on site. I want to camp there. I can't facilitate that. And if that means you can't come because I can't facilitate that. Not that I don't want to. It's beyond my remit. So only those guys that want to carry their stuff a few paces and understand they can go with everyone else to the local campsite that's got all the facilities, do a group booking between you, have a damn good evening, take your kit with you, or it'll be secure in a walled garden with security overnight. At your risk, but it's going to be pretty secure for sure. So that's where we are with the tray stands, guys. I hope that it will satisfy some of you, I know it already has, to come along and be part of this first Falconers gathering here in Northamptonshire, where hopefully the people like me will spend some money with you, but hopefully thanks to what we're putting on and so far our one and only sponsor who's been so generous. Guys, someone's given money out of their back pocket who can't come here. who can't come here because it's too far away and his work commitments negate that. He's just a falconer, pest controller, but he doesn't make kit. He's given up money to make this event better, knowing he can't come. So, oh dear, oh dear. So, really, those of you that are whinging, if it's not a real whinge for a real reason and you're just whinging, just stop whinging. People are making this work that can't even come, guys. So just to conclude then, it's 55 ordinary walking paces from the car park outside the gate to the start of the marquee area, and you will have help to carry your stuff should you need it. For the whole weekend, guys, if you hire a marquee for your wares, it's going to cost you 100 quid, 50 quid if you bring your own. You're going to get sent a booking form. It's a generic booking form for all the events that go on here at Holdenby. We're just after your public liability insurance. If you bring your own marquee and it flies through the air and injures some poor child, you're liable. And that could be your downfall. If you haven't got public liability insurance, email Kerry and say, I haven't got public liability insurance. Don't just wait in the wings until all the marquees are gone or until we've had to hire less marquees because at the end of the day we're not getting enough feedback from you. Be proactive, be part of it. We're hoping to bring in a lot of people that'll buy stuff from you. So that's the trader's point of view. You can't camp on site, you can't have your vehicle behind your marquee, but we'll really help you move stuff around. It's in a walled secure garden area, the Falconry Centre, and you're going to have security on site here. That's best we can do for you this year. Try and support it if you can, even with the hardships. Where are you going to camp then if you've come a long way? Jackie's already put that. Go into the featured bar at the top of the Facebook page. All the really important stuff's there. Just read it, everyone. All the facts you're going to ask me are there, but I'll put a link on the description, a link in the description and some on the screen now for Billing Aquadrome, which is a huge campsite. I think it's, have a look, 30 quid for 2 nights or something. Shower facilities, toilets, the lot, and you can be a bit rowdy and leery there. And there's a bar. It's a fully massive camping area. It's nearer than where I live. It's about 20 minutes drive away, probably less than that. It's about 20 minutes in for me to the Falconry Centre. So that's you traders. Guys, you and me, the punters, the public. Well, the public are going to be invited too, but you falconers that want to come, please come. Support these guys. Save your money up. Buy some of your new kit you want this year on site from the kit makers, the traders, the Falconry suppliers that are going to come. How is it going to cost you? We're doing this so cheap as we can, almost to the point the Holdenby estate are rolling their eyes at their girl in the office, Kerry, and me trying to organise this. We're just going to get some input from you from the gate fee. It's the normal gate fee. We're open that weekend anyway, not charging you any more. We're trying to make this from falconers for falconers. We really are. So if you book a ticket up front online, it's going to cost you £9.50 for an adult. Less for a kid, £9.50 for an adult. That's our ordinary gate fee. If you pay on the day, there'll be 1 or 2 quid added onto that. That'll all be coming up on the Facebook page, the link where you can just book your ticket. Why are we doing that? Because we need to know a little bit of research, product research, roughly the kind of input, how many of you want to come. So save yourself £1 or so. I know it's not a lot, but book online if you're coming for sure. What's going to be on offer? Well, that's the fun bit. You've got the Falconry Centre. I've told you before, Icarus Falconry is not a huge centre because it's not a zoo. It's a Falconry Experience Day centre. All the birds are here are bought and trained to fly to you, to land on your glove. But we also do displays at the weekend. I'm going to go for a full-on itinerary, hopefully divided up maybe into half-an-hour slots where something goes on between 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe the odd half-an-hour one. So there's a rolling itinerary of things to see that you're interested in, but time to go and get a burger, a beer, go and get the best cake you'll ever get from the tea room. My goodness me, that's a bit of cake to die for. What? Go and get cake. Time to move around and see everything and do everything. We're trying to keep it quite niche together, again, so everything's accessible. The traders aren't off somewhere in the next bit of field where you've got to make an effort to go and see them. You're going to mill around, and it's going to be an area where it's going to be really fluid and ergonomic, I guess, a really area that's going to be usable. What are we going to have? Well, for sure, we're going to have staff here, whether it's Ursula telling you and the public about owls, whether it's Emily flying little kestrel that's dynamite, or a Chilean blue eagle buzzard, whether it's me flying the bald eagle. I don't want it to be windy for the marquees, but I really want it to be windy for the flying display. Our birds are dynamite in the wind, certainly those soaring birds and the falcons. We're going to have guest falconers in here. Hopefully Dan Mercer's going to bring something along. I've asked Elijah Beavis, one of the best display Lanner falcon flyers in the country. I've seen him fly a Lanner when he was about this big. Now he's a fully grown man. A fully grown man flying a fully grown Lanner. Guest falconers, we want people to come and fly something good, really good. Do you know what? Like I said, the common kestrel. You see one flown well, wow, what a thing to watch that is. We want to have our own birds flying. We're going to have guest people flying some really good birds, I hope. They've all been told if it could sit in a tree, don't bother bringing your bird. We're looking for someone flying something different or really well. But we're also going to have talks. Dan Mercer, Pete from Free Bird of Reason, YouTubers, myself. We're going to have, I think it's going to be great fun. We're going to be sitting as a panel. Kyle will be in the audience with a microphone going around asking you for your hand up. What's your question? Ask the YouTubers a question. As I've said before, guys, it's going to be hilarious. You can just come and rip the living pee out of your favourite 3 British YouTubers. I don't care. I feel sorry for the other 2. I don't care. You can ask me anything you like, and if I don't know, or I think I'm being an idiot, I shall say I was being an idiot. Oh, I don't know. Should be a good laugh. And for those that are serious, whether you're asking about running a Falconry channel on YouTube or about our personal, I hate to say it, our personal journey of Falconry on YouTube, come and ask us. I think that'd be a good question and answers. But we can have that area set up then for hopefully Bob the Holt will come and give us a talk about Project Lugger. Again, maybe there'll be questions and answers, maybe not, I don't know. We're going to have as much going on for the day as possible. It's going to go like that. 11 till 4, guys, that's the timings. Get here straight away. If you've already pre-booked, you should avoid a bit of queuing for sure. It should be back-to-back stuff with bits in between to go and get grub, beer, socialise and buy stuff from the traders. That's the plan. It will be the plan, and the plan is going to go ahead. Will it work? My bit will, but it'll only work if you turn up. And it is that simple. It's not, there's so much organising going into this, but it all comes down to you, the other side of the TV. It comes down to you. If you come and you enjoy it, then it worked. If you don't come or you didn't enjoy it, then it didn't work. I'm hoping it's a kickstart for an annual event. Fingers crossed we'll see. What's on site? What's on site? What does your £9.50 get you? It gets you our normal weekend access. That's the stately gardens and grounds of Holdenby. You can meander down past the stately pond, down to the church and so on. The gardens areas, the tea room area, which has got all kinds of savouries. I only ever say about the cake because the cake's so damn fine, but so are their savoury stuff as well. The tea room, toilet facilities. We're also going to have other food outlets, a burger van or something like that. Alcohol, we're going to have a beer trailer or something like that. You're going to get to see anything inside the full mooch around the Falconry Centre, the small wildlife centre where we've got rarities like 3-spined sticklebacks, great crested newts, smooth snakes, some outdoor terraria with grass snakes and other snakes in. You're going to get a whole day itinerary of arena type. It's not an arena, we're not at a country show, it's our place. Flying lawn or questions and answers or talks. God, that was rubbish, wasn't it? You know what I mean. All day long entertainment. What you're going to get if it all goes right, which is the whole point of a gathering of falconers. Have a crack. Chat with other falconers. Have a crack. Talk to people you've only met online, on Facebook. Talk to people in real life about their falconry. Come and learn some stuff. But really, it's about a bloody good day out, having a damn good bit of banter, spending some money, getting yourself some new kit or your bird some new kit. It's not that hard to conceive. It just needs you to get off your screens, come this side of this screen and join me. Also, bullet point. Let me just bullet point it one more time. Most importantly, go on the Facebook page and get all the updates. Keep updated. Click on the featured bar at the top for the sticky stuff that's going to stay pinned at the top, so you've got the information at your fingertips. Bullet points. It's going to be $9.50 for an adult if you pre-book. Pre-booking info coming soon. It's probably going to be $10.50, $11.50 if you pay on the day. Probably $10.50. It's going to be trade stands, £100 for the weekend. £100 for the whole weekend, guys. But if you're a trader, you can't park next to your stand. You've got 55 paces to get your kit in. We will help you. You can't camp on site, traders, but it's going to be security guarded and it's in a secure setting. Billing Aquadrome is probably going to be the best place if you all want to go as a group, all of you traders, and have a damn good crack in the evening. A local campsite with all the facilities. You can't camp on site. Out of my remit. But this is why. If you went to Charlie's recently, you will know there was a certain bunch of falconers. Now, there's a certain kind of falconer. They're always the goshawkers. Those guys, I think they was having a stag do as well. They had music blaring all night. My son, who was pissed, said, I've never, Dad, seen anyone as paralytic. You know who you are, and I know who you were. As paralytic as these guys, making noise all night. Now, no one can go and say to people like that, guys, you've got to quieten down. When people are drunk, they're oblivious to all reason. This is someone's house. I can't have you keeping them awake, annoying them. I can't have you climbing the walls and drowning yourselves in their pool. I can't have you causing a public nuisance. It just isn't possible. There is no camping on site. Other bullet point, really important facts. I want to bring my dogs. If I can't bring my dogs, I'm not coming. Well, you're not coming then. I've already said. I don't just have rules because of sake of it. I hate it. I'll tell you why and reason with you. I've shown you in the last video. I'm not showing it in this one. The car park field is a big field. It's got beautiful views of the countryside of Northamptonshire. It really is gorgeous. There's plenty of place to get yourself around the edges. If you want to bring your dog or your hawk, that's fine. It has to stay with you and your vehicle in that field. Absolutely. If you block your hawk out or bow your hawk out and my Chilean blue eagle kills it, that's your fault. He's going to be a few hundred feet up if it's windy. He kills birds and mammals that he sees on the ground. That's his job. Guard your birds, guard your dogs. Pick up your dog poo. But you can have your dogs with you. I wouldn't, because it could be blistering hot here, freezing cold and wet where you came from. What are you going to do then? Your birds are going to cook alive in a travel box and your dogs are going to die in your vehicle. Personally, leave them at home. If you cannot leave them at home, or at least in your vehicle, you can't bring them in the Falconry Centre. You're all grown-ups, and yet I'm still having to explain to people why this is. So I'm doing it on this video because I'm trying to mitigate and tell you all the things I've had that have come up since the last video. So you won't pick your dog poo up on site. I'm sorry, you will. The other 99 people won't. We've tried it all. You just won't pick your dog poo up. Dogs are not trained. 50% of people that are falconers can't train a dog. 99% of the public can't train a dog. Your dog will bite someone. Your dog isn't all right off the lead because you never put it on a lead. We say dogs on leads only. It doesn't work. Oh, it's never done that before. No, because it's never seen a bird in a bath before. You can't bring your dogs because they cause a nuisance to other dog owners, to the site, and above all else, my birds only see our dogs. They're not going to fly on their normal flying lawn if there's suddenly loads of people at the front with their dogs. It'll stress them out, let alone that. And that's if your dogs are the best behaved and you're the best dog owners ever. It's not going to work. That's why it's no dogs. We've tried it all. It doesn't work here. I'm a dog lover. I'd love you to have your dog with you. Do you need to have your dog with you all the time? Can it not survive for one day? Can someone else not let it out? I don't know. Guys, you can't bring your dogs in, and I'm really sorry about that. You can't bring your hawks in because you will get slated if you don't know what you're doing, and a lot of people don't know what they're doing, birds of prey. You will upset the public if you don't know what you're doing. Your birds will be at massive risk from our birds and each other, and my birds will be at risk from your birds. You can't bring your birds. You can't exercise your birds free in the car park field. There's always reasons for this, guys. Don't whinge about it. Just think about it from our point of view. Whether you think you're perfect or not, think about all the other 10,000 million people that haven't got a clue with dogs, birds and kids. Yes, you can bring your kids. It'll cost them, I think, $4.50. Check out the website. But after all that waffle, yes, that seems negative. It's just me explaining to you the things I'm dealing with from yourselves and the reasons why. There's always reasons why. We're not saying no just to be sort of, I don't know, aloof. It doesn't do us any good. Less of you will come because of these reasons. I can't change what I can't change. It's not my entire grounds and my house. I can't do anything about that. Guys, vote with your feet. Come along. This is going to kick off your season. It's going to probably be the last Falconry kind of event thing in any kind of fair-wise or anything like that, I would say, in Britain this year. Yeah, let's go over to Spain then, and we'll see the Spanish Sky Trials where they can do all of this thing so easily. Why is it so hard for us here in England? But one thing we are doing along the lines of those Spanish Sky Trials, we're trying to not make it about fleecing people. We're trying to make it really easy for you to come financially, for sure. So do come, do enjoy it. I'll say it one more time. Go on the featured bar on the Facebook page. Get on the Facebook page. Keep up to date with what's going on. This is coming around real fast, guys. One thing that's really going to be helpful, really helpful, and it's going to take you 10 seconds. If you got this far, for God's sake, you can do another 10 seconds. Share this video or the Facebook page group on your social media. Share it so any of your Falconer friends can get on board as well. There's no way I'm reaching all of them. It's impossible. Share it so that everyone in the Falconry community gets behind this gathering of Falconers in 2024. Come on. It's the last weekend of September 2024. Be there or be square.